All right, guys, I got a 2017 Chevy Equinox. It has the 2.4 liter in it, and it's sitting right here. And the customer says, I'll just be driving and come to a stop and it quits. I haven't scanned it. I haven't did nothing yet. So let's get in it. We'll scan it. We'll test drive it. Let's see if we can fix this car. Let's turn the key on. 17 Equinox. Okay, we got 2 trouble codes in the ECM, engine control module, 6 in the BCM, 1 in the inflatable restraint, 1 in the radio, lost comm with heating and vent. I'm not worried about that. These are the ones I'm worried about. Oh no, intake cam actuator solenoid circuit, camshaft position system performance. That is the current code. That can definitely cause a idling issue or a running and stop issue, because that's what advances the camshafts. Okay, I have the code saved. Let's see if any freeze frame data is going to help us. Let's see what the freeze frame says. Okay, so it happened when the engine was only 75 degrees, so it happened kind of on startup, intake 10. So it happened fairly right when they started the vehicle. I'm going to clear all the codes. All right, I want to get in and see if we can advance these cams. Camshaft position actuator data. Let's see what data 1. The intake camshaft is 0 degrees. The variance is 24 degrees. So the desired is 23. And the intake camshaft position is at 0 degrees. So it's not advancing at all, because the variance is 24 degrees. That means it's out 24 degrees. Let's see, desired exhaust is 7.4 and the actual position is 7, so it's good. It has no variance. This is not good. The intake solenoid is not advancing at all. It's trying to move the intake camshaft position sensor and it can't. See, 0 degrees. I think we're just dealing with a cam actuator oil control solenoid. That's a solenoid that actually shifts the timing. I mean, as you can see on the data, it's not working at all. It's trying to move it and it's not moving. I'm going to take it on a quick test drive just to see if it quits, to duplicate what she said. But I've seen these control solenoids that control the they call them cam phasers or phasers, actuators. I don't know. They're called 2 or 3 things, but they, change the timing of the engine to give it more torque at higher or lower speeds. They just change at different times. I think advancing the cam at low speeds will give it more torque. It's kind of loping right now. We're taking it on a test drive. It's kind of idling rough. It's trying to advance that intake cam and it can't. Let's go on a quick test. Oh, it just quit. Holy cow. Well, it just quit on me when I tried to pull out. So that's interesting. Let's start it back up. It could just be low on oil. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to drive it real quick. I'm just going to try to get it back in my shop. I don't want to drive this thing and get stuck. Come on. Oh, I had to give it some throttle. All right, let me open my door. Well, hopefully I can get it in there. I'm going to quit again. Daggone it. To hold down on the... Get in there. All right. All right, let's scan it again and see if it triggered any codes. Yes, it absolutely did. System performance. So that's the code we're worried about. I don't even think this code was there before. Not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to concentrate on this one, P0011 intake camshaft position system performance. That's the one we're going after. Let's fix this car. Okay, let's look up his code, P0011. Real fixes. Let's see what this guy says. Connected a scan tool, found P0011, timing over advanced, performed an inspection of the oil and the condition and found it was the proper level. At idle, used the scan tool to monitor live data. Well, we already did that. Increased the engine to 25 RPM. Observed the camshaft position did not change. Used the scan tool to command the VVT control solenoid. That's the solenoid I was talking about. Increased the engine speed to 25 and found the same result. Disconnected the variable valve timing control solenoid harness connector. Inspected the terminals. Found no concerns. Connected a lab scope across the VVT control solenoid harness. Oh, now we're speaking my language. Used the scan tool to actuate the VVT solenoid and found battery voltage and ground were present. Removed the VVT solenoid for visual inspection and found no fault. Used a multimeter to test resistance and found measured resistance was above specification. The results of the test verified the VVT control solenoid was faulty. Replaced the VVT control solenoid, cleared codes, performed test drive. The check engine light did not illuminate, no faults returned. All right, let's just check the oil level and see if it's good before we get too crazy. Let's see if it's got the right oil level. Holy crap, it's out of oil. That's hilarious. There's nothing on that dipstick. These 2.4s really eat oil, but this situation's not helping any. I looked at the oil sticker and it says this. Change oil at 91K, basically, 91,000, and I'm pretty sure there is 94,000 on this. Yes, 94,000. So let's just put some oil in it. Actually, I probably should just do an oil change. I'm just going to drain it, put fresh oil in it, and put a filter on it, retest. All right, we're going to run up to O'Reilly's and grab an oil filter, put it on, do an oil change, and see if that fixes it. This is my Tundra here, has the million-mile engine with the 4.7. If I told y'all what I paid for it, you would not believe me. Ask in the comments what I paid for it, and I'll let you know there. It's in pretty good shape too. Yeah, it has 132,000 miles. When I got it, it was like, I think it was around 117. All right, on our way to O'Reilly's. Should be right up here. We're pretty close. All right, there's O'Reilly's. Let's pull in beautiful Ashland, Kentucky. All right. Okay, I got the oil change finished and I got the PIDs pulled up to see if this VVT solenoid is actuating the cam actuator, the intake one more specifically. So let's get in the car, let's start it up, let's see what we got. Still have a variance. The desired is 16, it's at 0, and we still have a variance. I've already cleared the codes. I almost bet you that the code came back. Let me raise the throttle. Oh, it just tried to kill. Look at the variance. It's desiring 24 degrees, and it's actually at 0. It almost killed. I bet you if I put it in drive and act like I'm taking off, I'm going to hold my foot on the brake. Oh, it started to. There it goes. Oh, it's shaking. Oh my goodness. Turn the key off. Well, at least needed oil. It was completely out and way past due. So now it's time to get down to the troubleshooting. I'm going to put a scope on the VVT solenoid, and that's probably the best thing to do first. And let's just see if it's getting its signals. I imagine it is, but if I get a good reason to pull out the scope, I'm going to do it. Okay, to get access to these oil control solenoids / VVT solenoids, I gotta take this breather off and this off. Right here are the VVT solenoids, and they control the actuators inside this timing gear. So this one here is the intake one. This is the one we're having trouble with. So I'm going to hook an oscilloscope up to these two wires, and we'll actuate it with the scan tool and see if we have the proper signals. Okay, we got the scope hooked up. Okay, let's go back to active test. Camshaft position actuator. Let's do we're on the intake. Okay, it says start the engine, so let's do that. Scope is rolling, so let's keep commanding it and we'll increase it. Idle's going up, 17, and that's changing. So we're getting a command, but it is not changing the solenoid position. Okay, we know it's getting its command. So now let's look in service information, and we'll just do a simple ohm check and see what the ohms actually are supposed to be. So ignition off, disconnect the harness, connect at the Q6 camshaft position sensor solenoid. That's where we were back probed in, and test for 8 to 13 ohms. If not between 8, replace the position actuator. So let's do that real quick. All right, let's get the tab off. These stupid locks are a pain in the neck. Connector looks good. Let's put our test leads on it. These are really nice. They fit right on the pins. They're made by AES Wave, makes a kit. If you're going to do electrical troubleshooting, they're a must. So it has to be between 8 and 13 ohms. Let's see what we got. 5 kilo ohms. That's way out of spec. Holy crap. Yeah. That solenoid is definitely bad. Let's check the exhaust VVT solenoid just to compare since we're right here. 12 ohms. And that's the one that works. All right, that's it. Let's put a VVT solenoid on this and let's retest. We're almost finished. Don't click off. We got the solenoid in. Genuine parts, GM. All right. So I'll stick it in there and we will see if this thing will run without quitting. Mr. Claw. Come out there. There you go. I've seen these clogged up with metal before. All right, let's clear the code. I'm going to go into data stream, camshaft data. And if you remember last time, we could not get the intake cam to go up in degrees. It would desire the degree, but it would not go up in the degrees. So let's see if we fixed it. It takes it a minute to start working. All right, I'll go down on the throttle. There it goes, it's already moving. Intake desires 24, there it is, 0 variance. This thing is fixed 100%. Remember in the last video we had 0, and the variance is the error. So the variance is, you don't want hardly any variance. So we're perfect. This thing is fixed. I'm gonna drive it real quick just to confirm it. You can probably tell the excitement in my voice. This is awesome. You got it? You helping me out, Daniel? Yeah. You can unplug that charger and stuff if you don't care. I don't need it anymore. All right, let's put it in drive. Before I couldn't even pull out. Oh, it's taking right off now. This thing is running great. I'm going to drive it for a minute. We get back, we'll rescan it, and we should be done. I can't believe these solenoids will actually cause the car to die out like that. That is just crazy. I have seen this before. It's been about a year or two, but insane. So if you've watched this far, I would give you a fist bump if I could. I appreciate you guys watching. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to get this thing back to the shop. We'll rescan it, and I'll let you guys go. All right, let's just see if there's any codes. Read fault code. No codes. Boom. All right, guys, I really appreciate you watching, and this was a fun one. And if you made it this far, thank you. I'll catch you guys on the next one.